know you're expected maybe to see a lot more action this year. How have you gotten better from a year ago?
Yeah, I think there's a few things that go into that. And first is being intentional. As a linebacker in our defense, I've said this a few times, but there's got to be commanding presence out there, somebody getting the defense set. So I think just that role, and then just some things that coaches gave me to work on in the spring, just footwork-wise has really played into how I've grown as a linebacker this year. And then just the physicality piece of it. Coaches got us playing really far downhill, and, that's just helping out a lot with my game. I feel like I'm making some good strides this fall.
What's been your impressions of just your linebacker room so far during preseason practice, and just kind of the guys that maybe stood out?
Yeah, definitely. We're all getting a lot better. I think from spring to summer, there was huge strides in that room. All of us, we're just all getting better, going out there and working every day.
How comfortable are you with playing Mike and Will, and how much are you playing that this preseason?
Yeah, I've been playing Buck most of this spring, but I've learned both positions. I'm ready to play both positions, whatever the team really needs.
Obviously, humanly, you felt bad for Davian when he had his injury, and he's progressing well. But was there a moment in your mind where, like, hey, this is an opportunity where I'm going to have to lift up and elevate my game for this team?
Yeah, definitely. Dame's still, that leading presence in that room, but at the end of the day, out there on that field, somebody's got to take over, somebody's got to command. So definitely, turning that up, taking over, and being that presence out there.
Have you had much work with the green dot helmets yet, and who's kind of been taking over some of those responsibilities?
Yeah, green dot helmet usually goes to the mic, so I think Ray has that right now. But we have ways to communicate.
How would you describe Ray as a linebacker?
He's got a great motor. He's a real thumper. Come downhill, hit people. He's going to be a great addition to the defense.
What has it been like having a new position coach, Travis Williams?
Yeah, Coach T. Will is great. He's always real with you. He's always going to get you right. He's always going to, get you ready for practice. And something I like that he said at the start of fall camp was nothing's proven until you're retired, and I think that really stuck with me. Like, we got to go out there every day and keep working.
So you're a California guy, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of programs in California I'm sure offered you scholarships. So what brought you all the way, halfway across the country to Texas A&M?
Yeah, I think I just believed in what Elko was building here. I believed in this coaching staff and saw the vision, really. I love the culture here, and I think that's why I fit in here.
Has it been everything you expected?
Yes, sir.
Any surprises?
It's a little harder than I expected, though.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Two full practices and pads here. What has the energy level been like, and what have you kind of seen from your team assessment-wise early through camp?
Yeah, I think the energy day one was really good. Day two today, got to pick guys up. Even when it gets hot, got to keep the energy up, and that's all player led. So, really putting that on the leaders, the captains of the teams, to pick up the guys, whatever period we're in, whether it's 2 or 16.
Seems like there's a pretty good battle going out on quarterback. What have you seen from some of those guys so far?
Yeah, I think our secondary room is great. I think all our corners are going to be ready to play, and they're all great guys.
What's your best asset?
What was maybe the biggest thing you learned from last season? LSU game, a few games here and there, I feel like you got a lot of high leverage reps.
Yeah, film study for sure. Film study's big. I learned a lot of that from York. He was always watching film, no matter what time it was. And I think that's stuck with me a lot, because if you know what the office is doing, now you're one step ahead.
You always played linebacker?
So freshman year of high school, I played nickel, and then moved to linebacker sophomore year. So
Why was the move? Why did the coach say it?
I just kept getting bigger.
What do you think is your best, greatest asset that you have to play linebacker?
I say my mind. 75% of football is mental, so definitely having the right mind, from a scheme standpoint and from a, hard work, mental aspect. So.
What do you see from kind of the running back room, just kind of get to have some of these reps against them, let alone other backups?
Yeah, I think that room's coming along great. You know, Rube's really stepping up as a leader on that offense. Going against him every day is just making us better. And then obviously guys like JMO, KJ, Tiger also in that room. So
Maybe just in meetings, what's something that you guys have talked about, things y'all done well, and maybe some things that you're still working to improve and get better at?
yeah, I think there's always things to improve on. I think we're doing a really good job coming downhill, being physical. There'll always be scheme things that we can fix. So I think those are two things right there.
And so was there a palpable rise in physicality over the last couple of days? And I guess is that just something that's going to be the goal of this defense, is to be violent, physical? Everybody help him up with that so much.
Yeah, I think violence, physicality, and flying to the ball are kind of some of the things we talk about as a defense all the time. You know, whether we're full pads or uppers, we're going hard and we're banging every practice.
What's the messaging been like now that Lyle Hemphill is the defensive coordinator? Has there been some differences or things that you think of similar from last year?
Yeah, I think one of the main things is that run into the ball piece. All 11 guys always run into the ball, always get in there, no matter what the situation is, because you never know when that one play is going to change the season.
You mentioned Tiger, right? In those pass pro, are you on against him in some of those pass pro drills? It seems like he sure knows how to block.
Yeah, he's. From last year to this year, he's a completely different blocker. That guy's hard to beat.
What you've seen from Tamari and Watkins, seems like he's a young guy that's maybe shown a few flashes here and there.
Yeah, T-Watt's, sky's the limit with him. He's got the build. He's got everything, every tool in his box. He just continues to get better every practice, and I think, like I said, the sky's the limit.
So being a Cali guy, what's your biggest adjustment in Texas?
I said heat. It's hot over here. It's hot in California, but we don't got humidity, so that's the biggest difference.
Any thoughts on the Whataburger versus In-N-Out?
Yeah, In-N-Out all day. Anybody who likes Whataburger, yeah, we can have that discussion. I'll stand on In-N-Out any day of the week.
Any other questions?
What do you get at In-N-Out then that makes it so much better?
I go 2 double doubles, 1 animal style, 1 normal, and some animal fries. That's it right there.
So I got time. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.